This video is sponsored by Squarespace. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about Squarespace later on in the video, but for now, let's get into it. So how's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars gaming news video. You guys know how this works by now. Every week or 2 weeks, we round up the latest on Star Wars gaming news depending on just how much is going on, including the latest on Battlefront 2, Star Wars Squadrons, Jedi Fallen Order, as well as news on upcoming Star Wars games. So if you do want to see more of that, then be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Star Wars games. So over the past 2 weeks, we have had some pretty big news regarding Star Wars games, specifically regarding Star Wars Squadrons. We got an official gameplay reveal that showcased the game in action, as well as some new details. Also, some news on the entire situation regarding LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, as the game was once again MIA at what could have been a potential reveal event. And we also have a Battlefront 2 bug fix that kind of just happened and nobody knew. Plus a few other things that I want to bring up in this video toward the end that aren't necessarily Star Wars game centric, but I want to discuss it anyway as it's pretty cool. But let's not waste time, let's just dive right on into this video today as there is a lot to get through. So we'll get into the Star Wars Squadrons news and get that out of the way first, as that is probably the largest thing to come out of the past week or so. So about 4 to 5 days ago, gameplay was officially dropped from a bunch of EA game changers and press that got to get hands-on with Star Wars Squadrons and give a little bit of feedback on their thoughts and what could be improved, and just got to chat with the developers. Now I do have my gameplay and first impressions video up on my channel already. I'll link it in the top right corner of this video for those of you who have not checked it out, which I recommend that you do. I go right into depth on the game and the news tidbits that I could talk about, so basically just instead of repeating every single little detail in this video, be sure to check that out once we're done here. But anyway, we got our first look at the gameplay that was not in trailer form, so just a raw gameplay, not altered by the trailer trickery that we see with games and movies and all that. Now alongside its reveal, a lot of information was made official. So some of the stuff that I am allowed to talk about, which I will get you guys up to date on right now. Now I have seen a lot of console players express interest in wanting to use HOTAS on consoles. Now Ian Fraser, the creative director for Squadrons, did actually address this. He said that they are investigating HOTAS support for consoles, but there is nothing he can confirm at this time. So make of that what you will. It's not a yes, it's not a no either. We're just going to have to wait and keep an eye on all of that, but I can assure you Squadrons will be incredible if you can go hands-on stick on consoles. So I am really hoping for the best for all of you console players out there, because you're definitely going to want to get hands-on stick with this game. I didn't get the chance to do that, unfortunately, but you can just tell that this is going to be the kind of game that sort of stuff was made for. Now, one complaint a lot of people had about Squadrons was the overuse of contrails behind the ships. Now, this is actually something that has been taken on board and has been limited only for when ships reach a certain speed. And that came from Jay Ingram out on Discord, so that should make things look a little bit more realistic to how they are in the films. I personally wasn't overly fazed by it, but a lot of people were, so that's going to please them at least. Now, the last bit of news for Squadrons that's actually worthwhile bringing up here is regarding the length of the Squadrons campaign. Now, the creative director for Squadrons wouldn't give an exact time frame. He apparently did insinuate that it's going to be about the length of a standard story mode for a multiplayer focused shooter. So an estimate of that would be between 8 to 15 hours. Now, I really hope this campaign is as long as possible. I did actually get to play the prologue of the campaign when I got hands-on with the game, and it really did surprise me, and I think it's going to end up being probably my favorite aspect of the game. So fingers crossed for this campaign to be as long as possible. But I mean, that just about does it for the Squadrons news worth bringing up here in this video. There has been, tiny little things here and there, but nothing really worthwhile bringing up in this video. Just thought I'd touch on some of the more important stuff. But now I want to take a quick second out of the video to tell you guys a little bit about today's sponsor, Squarespace, and how it could be great for you. Squarespace have been an ongoing sponsor on the channel for a couple months now, so Squarespace is a very easy to use tool for building your own website. So if you're looking to start a business or a brand or launch a passion project, then Squarespace can make that process much easier. Now, like I've said when I've worked with Squarespace in the past, I've had to build websites and things like that for university assignments countless times, and I always find that to be a nightmare process. So I know how annoying it can be to build a website or put together a portfolio, but Squarespace really does make it more simplified and streamlined. Be sure to go to squarespace.com/TheOzzyJedi and use code TheOzzyJedi to save 10% off your next purchase. Be sure to follow the links in the description below, and a massive thank you to Squarespace for once again supporting the channel. But now, let's get back on into the video. So let's move on to the news for Battlefront 2. Now there isn't a whole lot here, but during our last news video we touched on the Celebration Edition glitch that was stopping players from getting their skins. Which is basically the main reason you would buy the Celebration Edition of Battlefront 2, to unlock all of the game's cosmetics. Now, players would buy the Celebration Edition and all of the skins would either be locked still, or they would unlock as they should, and then they would suddenly just lock again randomly. And then you would be asked to purchase the Celebration Edition again. Well, a lot of people were running into this problem, and it actually really surprised me just how many of you guys were encountering this glitch. I wasn't personally, and I have the Celebration Edition. Now, from all accounts, this has actually been fixed. Now, nothing official has come from DICE or EA regarding this glitch being fixed, even though old Battlefront 2 community manager Ben Walker did say that they were looking into it. It just seems it's been fixed on the down low, so no update was needed. It must have just been a subtle server-side tweak, and they just decided to not really address the fix directly. Now, maybe this might have been a glitch that worked itself out, so a lot of players have noticed that it's fixed. Or I don't know, some people might still have problems with it. If you are, definitely let me know in the comments of this video, but from what I can see, it seems like it has definitely been fixed. Now, if they did manage to pull off a proper fix here and didn't just sort itself out, then I really hope something can be done about the other glitches in Battlefront 2, because I gotta tell you, Battlefront 2 is almost unplayable right now. I've noticed a lot of hardcore players even dropping off the game due to the game's bugs and glitches and its just overall state. So, I hope this Celebration Edition glitch could, inspire some hope that some of the game's bigger bugs could just get a little bit of attention, just to make the game just less irritating to play. But rest assured, if anything does come of all of that, I will cover it here on the channel. Now, moving on now, and we have some news for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, in the last news update video, we spoke about this game potentially getting some kind of a reveal or new trailer at the Xbox Game Showcase event. Now, this event happened a few days ago, and there was no trailer or anything for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, Xbox do have the marketing rights for LEGO Star Wars, so this was something a lot of players were holding out for. But it just ended up being yet another potential event where LEGO Star Wars was just MIA. It kind of gets you a little bit worried that this game is going to be just getting delayed. Now, this game was originally supposed to be coming out on October 20th of this year, but that date did get taken down. So basically, at this point, the game's release date is just unannounced. But given the fact that 2020 is, just being 2020, it wouldn't surprise me if this game suffered some repercussions of this year, just being 2020 in all of its glory. And, then it eventually gets delayed at some point. So that's where I think this game is at right now. I wouldn't get your hopes up for LEGO Star Wars. Something still might come soon. Not all hope is lost yet, but it ain't looking great. So that's all I'm going to say for it right now. Now, like I mentioned at the start of this video, there was some stuff I wanted to touch on at the end of the video that wasn't necessarily Star Wars gaming, but it's still Star Wars and I just want to talk about it, plain and simple really. So this is in regards to the news regarding Star Wars films being delayed and the future of Star Wars basically being on Disney+. Now, for those who don't know, the upcoming Star Wars trilogy was basically postponed. So we'll get the films in 2023, 2025, and 2027. Pretty disappointing to be honest, but this is going to pave the way for Disney Plus shows to take the reins. With Mando Season 2, Kenobi, Cassian Andor's series, and apparently a series surrounding Darth Maul and another one with Donald Glover's Lando. So I think this is pretty exciting to be honest. The Star Wars fandom is just such a toxic space, and it seems like any films made are just going to get slated no matter if they're good or bad. But people, for the most part, seem to be on the right foot with the Disney Plus shows, with Mando Season 1 being amazing. Even though there are still people that whinge about that too, but yeah, Star Wars. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to cover this to also just gauge a little bit of interest on if you guys want to see more of the film or the show side of Star Wars from me. If so, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's just about going to do it for this video. We got some awesome reveals for Star Wars Squadrons. Remember to check out my gameplay and first impressions of the game. And remember to make sure you let me know in those comments if you're still encountering issues with the Celebration Edition glitch. Or just let me know if it's fixed for you, either way. But yeah, that's just about it for today. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But thank you all for watching and have a good one.